Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I am just going to be sitting here and chatting with you guys about my favorite shimmer eyeshadow shades that I have in my collection by brand. I was going to rank these, and I thought, I don't know that I want to rank them because I love all of these shimmers. And, you know, I have done a couple of all matte looks, but that's just not something I do often. I literally think in the last, 5+ years that I've gotten really into makeup, I think I've done 3 all matte looks. I just love shimmers, duochrome, multichrome, metallic, maybe nothing super special, but they're just beautiful shimmers, right? Like they're not multichrome or duochrome, but they're just beautiful in their own right. So I went through my collection and I chose 15 eyeshadows. Some of these are singles. Most of these are from palettes, from brands that I just love their shimmer formula, right? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I was going to rank them, and I don't know that I could do that because I love all of these shimmer shades from all of these brands. I just think they're absolutely stunning, and I'm really happy that I have them in my collection. And, you know, I don't ever want to like push people to go buy and get anything necessarily. I really don't want to do that. But I do recommend these shimmers from these brands. If you guys have not yet tried any of the brands I'm going to show you and you're thinking about maybe trying them, I do recommend all of these brands. So I'm going to start off with some single shimmers. Some of these I just recently got, and then a couple of them I've had for a little while. But let me start off with the singles that I got from Divina. They're in this Z palette. This is not from Divina. I got this off Amazon. Well, my husband paid for it for me for Christmas. But I got all 9 of these shades, not 8, 9 of these shades off the Divina website. Had a great sale, and I had never tried Divina eyeshadows before. And I do have this shade right here called Asteria on my lids today. Let me, hold on. Let me hold it up so you can actually see it, not through my hands. And it's this beautiful green and kind of reddish brown flippy shade. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. The only ones I haven't used yet out of this group that I got is this one here. This one is called Seaside Horizon. It's this beautiful blue. I haven't used this one yet either. I think this is called Sprinkle Whips, kind of a pink and lavender and maybe a little bit of a gold shifting shade. And I also have not used Starfire yet either. Oops, geez. Hopefully I don't break any of these. Starfire, I haven't used that one yet either. Beautiful. But I have used these 2 shades together in a look and these 2 shades together in a look on my channel. That was a couple videos back, or a video back. I don't know. Depends on when I upload this. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, wonderful price point, the most beautiful formulation, very buttery and rich. They go onto the lid beautifully. They're easy to like lay down, manipulate, you know. And the thing I will also say about Divina eyeshadows, or these single shades, is that when I put them on my lid, they stay that way all day. You know, they don't crease, they don't clump up or blow up too much on my, I mean, they're just perfect. They're absolutely perfect. And there's a shade called Midnight Sun that several of you have mentioned that I need to get, and that's on my list. So as soon as that restocks, I'm going to grab it. Then I have a couple of single shimmers from Beauty Moon Cosmetics, which is a UK indie brand that I have fallen in love with. Huge fan of, love the brand owner. I've ordered several things from this brand, and the brand owner has thrown in a couple of goodies each time I've ordered, which has been really nice. I've only made 2 orders, but I've ordered a few things each time. So let me show you these beautiful shades. This one is called Athens. This is a chameleon eyeshadow, and it's got that beautiful green to bluey purple, a hot purple shift to it. And the formulation of this shadow, and the other one I'm going to show you, all of this, I have a few singles from this brand now, is just impeccable. Very opaque, it applies easily, it stays put, beautiful, buttery, rich formula. You know, that's really what I look for in like duochrome singles or duochrome shades in general, just that rich, buttery texture. And Beauty Moon Cosmetics definitely provides that. This shade is called Arctic Circle, and it's just this beautiful, like, deep blue, kind of royal blue into purple, and it's stunning. And I've used both of these on my channel. I think I actually, did I film? I don't remember if I filmed the look or just had this on my lid and then filmed the video. And that's what I did with this shit. I just had it already on my lids. And I do want to continue to use these, obviously, and continue to film with them too. But I highly recommend, if you guys haven't checked out Beauty Moon Cosmetics, I'll link their website in my description box. You will be very happy with their shadows. And they have other products too. I have lippies from them, a highlighter, eyeshadow morph type palette, and just stunning. Really a stellar indie brand. I really enjoy the shimmer formula that Glamlight creates as well. And I have several Glamlight palettes, but my favorite shimmers out of a Glamlight palette come out of the Scooby-Doo Creeps and Crawls palette. I'm telling you, these shimmers are absolutely divine. This whole row up here is shimmers. And like this one's pretty duochrome, so's that one. Well, they all kind of have a little bit of a shift to them. I mean, I don't know that they're technically duochromes, but the reflex that they put in those shimmer shades, in these shimmer shades, it does kind of give you a duochrome effect. But they're very buttery, they're very opaque, they apply very easily with a brush or a finger, and I just think all the tones in here are just beautiful. The teals, purples, lavender, this hot purpley shade, just stunning. I mean, I'm a fan of all of my Glamlight palettes except for the Freddy Krueger palettes. Those two, I don't know. That, very disappointing. But again, if you have not tried Glamlight and you're looking for a really delicious shimmer formula, Glamlight is the one for you, or one of the ones for you. And of course, I love the shimmer shades that Nomad creates, and the Royal Europe has some just stunning shimmer shades. And this palette is going to be coming in my next 2 looks video from a Nomad palette. I'm using the Royal Europe because really the only shimmer shade I've used out of this palette so far is this one right here called Royal Orb. I've swatched the other ones, but have not yet put them on my lids. And that's ridiculous because just looking at them and swatching them, they are so gorgeous. And you know, I thought about grabbing like the Tokyo Harajuku palette from Nomad and showing that in this video, the Berlin Underground, the Fire and Ice palette. I mean, all the Nomad palettes I have, I think the shimmers are just top notch. But this one, I feel like out of the ones I have in my collection, just a little bit more special than the other Nomad palettes I have. You know, I mean, they're all special, but I don't know, man. This is such a wonderful, beautiful jewel tone color story. And then the shimmer shades are just very flippy, very dynamic. This just incredible formula, you know, that rich, buttery, opaque that I love. This palette definitely gives that to me. Now we're gonna go to Beauty Bay because I love the Beauty Bay shimmer formula. The only palette I'm a little on the fence on with their shimmers is the Dark Fantasy, but I'm gonna be doing a second chance, get ready with me, second chance makeup, get ready with me. And I'm gonna be pulling that palette into that. We'll see what I think. I'm gonna use some different shades that I haven't used yet. But the Age of Opulence palette from Beauty Bay, man, I don't think this is available anymore, right? But I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite palettes that I have in my collection. I love the mattes, but the shimmers in here are just so beautiful. Again, we have a lot of jewel tones, purple, tealy blue. We've got like some more neutral leaning shimmers. This is a beautiful like inner corner or under your brow or across the lid. I mean, you know, whatever you want to do with them, your choice. But yeah, I've been really impressed with the shimmers in this palette. I love to put my looks together with this palette and know that like at the end of my day, my look's gonna look just like it did when I put it on first thing in the morning, you know, and not all palettes are that way for me. And it could be the primer that I use or just, I don't know, user error, I don't know, but I thoroughly enjoy the shimmers in here. Gorgeous. And of course, I had to include Ladybug Glow, one of my absolute favorite indie brands of all time and forevermore. I grabbed the Castle of Horrors palette, Castle of Horror palette that Ladybug Glow did in collaboration with Blairdale MUA. Super cute packaging, and the shimmers in here are just to die for. This one right here called Castle of Horror is my absolute favorite. It's got that purple and then burgundy. Purple, burgundy. Hello. And then this shade is gorgeous. These two are absolutely amazing. The mattes are pigmented and blendable, but the shimmers in here are just so incredibly special to me. That thick, buttery, put them on, they don't move, they don't crease, they don't do anything naughty. They're just wonderful. And I could say that about all of my Ladybug Glow palettes. There is not one critique I have of any of my Ladybug Glow palettes. Absolutely not. And I know I've mentioned this multiple times that any palette that this brand creates, I don't care, I'm getting it because I know I'm gonna love the formula. And I know I'm gonna love the color story. Now, of course, we're gonna talk about Saints, Angels, Sinners, which is another one of my favorite US indie brands. And I'm gonna show you the most beautiful palette that I think this brand has ever created, and it belongs to my sister. This is the Steph's Pure palette from Saints, Angels, Sinners that they did in collaboration with Not Your Basic Steph, my sister. And this palette is just magnificent. I mean, first of all, it's a larger palette, but look at all the different options you have in here. We have this row of mattes, and then we have 2 rows of shimmers, and then we have this beautiful row of multi-chrome shimmers. And they all of these shades down here have a little bit of a different, well, some of them are very different from each other, but they're all different from each other. Very different flips, different reflex. You can use them as inner corner shades. You can use them under your brow. You can use them on top of the match. You can use them by themselves. You can put them on your face as highlighters. Jan shared that with me because she had seen Steph do that, and I would never even have thought to do that. But like these 2 rows of shimmers here, there's different formulas too. This one's more smushy and more metallic. This one's maybe a little bit more flaky with some beautiful sparkles in there. This one here is that beautiful light pink and light gold shift. Honeybee is beautiful. Purple Rain is stunning. It's totally mysterious because it looks like light purple here, but when you put it on your lids, it's got that like bright blue in it, you know. Red Carpet, not Red Night, is absolutely stellar. This shade here called Simply the Best. Vamp. I still need to use Nirvana and Phoenix and Angel. I think I've used all the other ones so far. But yeah, I'm going to continue to create multiple looks videos with this palette, of course. I have to show my sister a ton of love. And plus, regardless of whether or not this is attached to my sister, it's an amazing palette. Truly Saints, Angels, Sinners, best palette that has ever been, that Darcy's ever created. I just adore this. I can't wait to keep using it. Then we have the 669 palette from Odins Cosmetics. Now this needs a lot more love in my collection. I haven't used this a whole lot, really, which is stupid. I'm going to be doing a multiple looks video with this as well. The thing that I love about these shimmers is that upon first glance, they don't look super exciting, right? Like if you just look, if you pick this palette up and just looked at it, you're like, okay, they're pretty, but you know, obviously deeper, darker color story. But then when you start playing with the palette and shifting it around, you can see the different shifts in the shadows. Can you see? Like, it's just amazing. It's amazing. And the formula is just beautiful, beautiful shimmer formula. Buttery, opaque, applies easily, and looks stunning. All of these shimmers look stunning on the lid. And I just really need to give this a lot more love. So be on the lookout for a multiple looks video coming in the next couple of months with this beauty. And then I grabbed the Jewel Tone palette from Sample Beauty. Sample Beauty is a UK indie brand that I have 3 palettes from. And the shimmers in here are my favorite. No, I have more than 5 palettes from this brand now. Steph gave me a couple. But the shimmers in this palette really exemplify how incredible the Sample Beauty shimmer formula truly is. These 2 shades especially, Moonstone and Diaspore. I will be doing a multiple looks video with this as well. I've done that before, right? I did a 2 looks video with this palette, like 1 look on each eyelid, but I like to actually create the whole look, you know, and not do 1 on each lid, because I just think it's, I don't know, easier for you guys to see how the look really looks than to have to compete with the other lid. That's just how I look at it. I mean, you know, people do all kinds of stuff and it's fine. It's just my personal taste. I do love the mattes. I really do. I like the mattes in here. They're very pigmented and blendable, but the shimmers, like these 2 shades, are very metallic. I don't know that I've used these 2 shades. So that's another reason why I want to pull this palette into a multiple looks video. But these 2 shades right here, I cannot wait to dig back into and get them on my lids. Very liquid metal looking, duochrome. Just they look just kind of, oh yeah, they're pretty, but I'm telling you, on the lids it's a whole nother experience. So this is another brand I highly recommend you guys check out too. I had to pull in the Club Nebula from Kidos for the shimmers. I mean, of course, but Kidos did in collaboration with Angelica Nikivas. The shimmers in here are jaw-dropping. And again, you look at this palette and you think, yeah, they're pretty, but they're just so unique. This shade right here called Nova, it looks like a light pink, almost like a white actually, When you put that on your lids, it becomes this frosty electric baby blue. It is so gorgeous. This orange shade here called Nebula, orange and pink shifting. Ugh. This shade here called You're My Only Hope. So like soft and elegant, but has that really dynamic shift to it as well. And then this shade right here called Astro, it's got that purple and blue shift. The green is shifty. This is lovely. This is Celestial. It's like a light orange and light pink, maybe with even a little bit of gold in there. The mattes are lovely too, but I'm telling you, the shimmers in here, jaw-dropping. I'm so glad I got this palette. This is no longer available either, but this is one of my favorite palettes of all time. Then of course I had to grab the Gourmand Girls Ethereal palette. This is an all shimmer palette, multi-chromes, duochromes, metallics, beautiful formulations in here. I think the only shades I haven't used out of this palette yet is this one here called Emerge and this one here called Ethereal, but all the other ones I've used. And I do, again, I've done a multiple looks video with this, but I'm gonna do another one. This palette just deserves the love because it's just, I'm such a huge fan of this brand. I need to get more palettes from this brand. I don't need to. I want to get more palettes from this brand and just play with the shimmers. I also have the C'est L'Amour. Again, that palette has beautiful shimmers too. You know, just, I don't know. I love to find indie brands that create beautiful formulations in their shimmers. And this brand totally does that. And all the fun tones in here. This is such a fun palette to play with. I also wanted to include a palette from Rasha Cosmetics. This is the Gold Digger palette. And Julie, my dear friend, sent this to me. And this also needs a lot more love. But the shimmers in here were just so fun to play with. And we've got some multi-chrome, or definitely duochrome. But I do think some multi-chrome stuff going on in here as well. These two shades. And then, you know, these three shimmers are really nice too. And then these are kind of, well, no, they're shimmers, but they're more satiny maybe. And another indie brand that I just think needs a lot more attention on YouTube and just, you know, in the beauty sphere in general, because lovely formula. And I've really enjoyed playing with it. And I'm going to keep this on my desk so that I will use it. This, I'm going to do another, I didn't do a multiple looks video with this, but I am going to do a multiple looks video with this, and then also the Extraordinaries palette. That's really what I want to focus on a lot in 2024, our multiple looks videos, so I can really get a lot of good use out of my palettes. Of course, I had to include the Giant Wolves palette from Odins Eye. Love the packaging. This they did in collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. And I love how this opens like a book. And look at those gorgeous shimmer shades. This shade right here is just jaw-dropping. This one up here, beautiful. This is stunning. What else am I missing here? Oh, this shade right here called Skull, just so beautiful. You know, I've heard people say that their shimmers in this palette got hard panned. Mine have not gotten hard panned at all. And I just have had so much fun playing with this. I created a look with this not long ago. I thought I'd created my first look of 2023 with this palette. It was actually 2022. Time flies. But I ended out the year of 2023 with a look out of this palette and just loved it. The shimmers are flippy, dynamic, buttery, gorgeous, really easy to apply. Love the Odins Eye formula. I have the Hella palette too. I want to get more palettes from this brand as well. And I wanted to show you one of my top 3 favorite eyeshadow palettes on my collection, which is the P. Louise Watch the Queen Conquer palette. This is an enormous palette with some just stunning shimmer shades. Stunning, okay? Beautiful. Out of this side of the palette, this one right here called Elevate is my favorite. Now it's a little bit tricky to apply it because it's kind of like smushy. It's not chunky, it's smushy. So you kind of like pick up a piece of the shimmer and then kind of just smush it onto your lids. I think it works better with a finger. I really do. This shade is stunning too. I mean, I haven't used all the shimmers on this side yet, but I'm telling you, this is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I had so much fun using that shade. And then this side is equally as gorgeous. And this shade right here called Victory, this gold shimmer, kind of gold and orange and green flippiness. I mean, you cannot beat it. I got this as a gift, and it's one of the most special palettes I've ever used in my life. And the mattes are lovely, but the shimmers to me is really what elevates this palette up to that real special level, because they're just such beautiful and dynamic shimmers and so fun to play with. And last but not least, I'm gonna share with you guys some singles that I got from VIP Glitz and Glam, which that's these 2 rows right here of shimmer shades. They're all from VIP Glitz and Glam. These ones are from Ladybug Glow that the brand owner threw in for me. And I had seen my friend Stacy showing looks with VIP Glitz and Glam shimmer shades on her Instagram. And so I reached out to her and I said, what? Tell me some more about those shades. And so she turned me on to this brand. I went to the brand's Instagram page, then went to their website and picked up these shades here. 2, 4, 6, 8, I can count. And I will tell you that they are extremely duochrome, multichrome, very easy to apply, lovely formulation. Again, the thick, buttery richness that I just thoroughly love and appreciate. And they've lasted really well. You know, like they're a little flaky. Some of these are a little bit on the flaky side, but they're doing really well in this environment, you know, in a Z palette, just kind of safe in their little Betty. But another indie brand that I highly recommend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put links to all these brands' websites in my description box so you can go there easily and check out their products if you haven't done that yet already. But yeah, I just really wanted to share my love for my favorite shimmer shades in my collection by brand. I don't know how else you'd do it. I thought, oh yeah, that's really unique and innovative. Erica, how else would you do it? You have to do it by brand. Anyway, but these are my favorite shimmers in my collection. I would love to know what your favorite shimmers in your collection are, what brand they come from, what palette they come out of, or maybe singles that you just love and maybe you think I should try. We can chat about that in the comments section. I love as much information about makeup as I can possibly get. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. Love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.